Welcome back everybody to the Johnny Guitar channel. Today we are playing Enderal, the amazing Skyrim overhaul mod by SureAI. This game is amazing. It's epic. It's thoughtful. I'm enjoying myself. Okay, so in the last episode, well, to tell you the truth, it's actually been a while since I've played this game. I know that the episodes are scheduled to release weekly, but yeah, it's actually been a while since we've played, so I feel like we should check out our quests, right? After the mercenary Jaspar Delveric delivered me safe and sound to the Naramese mage Constantine Firespark, he offered me to meet in the Dancing Nomad in a good time. Good opportunity to get to know him better. Okay. Constantine Firespark, the mage I spoke with in the last episode, he said that a young mage named Lashira can heal my arcane fever with a special ritual. So we need to travel, and one of the ways we could travel is we could either teleport or we could use the Mirad to travel. We're 100% going to use the Mirad, you guys. So there are forms of fast travel in this game. If you, for instance, just didn't want to fast travel. If you were doing like an immersive roleplay and you just didn't want to fast travel, there are ways to do it. Okay. Are we not in the Dancing Nomad? Okay.
Maid,
Way to move,
As I
Russ.
said, the offer
You're an
stands.
outlander, aren't
Just think
you?
about it, okay?
Okay, we're gonna go find Jaspar. We're gonna have a conversation with him, get to know him better. Yeah, no, he should be in here. Anyways, do forgive me. I think I've forgotten some of the button overlays, but I will get used to it. Thanks again for watching Johnny Guitar. This game is awesome. You know what? There's been a lot of really great games I've played this year.
As I said,
It's been a
offer
really good time,
stands.
everybody. Oh,
just think about it, okay?
I will.
all right. Thanks for watching
care.
Johnny Guitar, everybody.
Hey, you came. Come on, take a seat. So, tell me, how are you holding up? You must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another country, and now a prodigy with a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard. Good luck with that. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met. Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite the change from Narim. Shoot. Yeah, I can picture that. You know, this is exactly the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women. Absolutely. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now. Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows? Maybe they still have a cabin to spare for a handsome treasure hunter. Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The Order needed someone with skill and discretion. I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer. Heck, me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garments so we may both bathe in Malphas's holy light. Actually not that bad, don't you think? Well, what good is a frown anyway? What matters are results, not attitudes or intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue. The only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else. I'm trying to say that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like. So yes, maybe the keeper saves the farmer from the bandits. But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times, it's especially those who think of themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones. They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or whatever they thought of this time. It's just so idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy. I don't know. Call it a feeling. But if there is such a thing as a universal point to our lives, then I'm pretty sure we won't find it within the pre-digested philosophies or religions most people believe in. And hey, I'd be the last one to reject this great truth if she were to knock on my door, naked and tits jiggling. But until then, I'd rather try and find my own answers. Yeah, seek bliss and avoid pain, as the wise hermit likes to say. And believe me, once you realize that that's how people just work, life is a lot better. Oh, yeah, I do. And this goal is called surviving. And if possible, to be able to enjoy a good glass of wine or an exciting night from time to time. Oh, Blazes, you make it sound so dramatic. Doing something for your own sake doesn't make you selfish. But yeah, basically that's it. Really? I was half expecting you to throw insults at me. That's what people usually do when I tell them that. But I guess life is full of surprises. Anyway, I'll take my leave now. I very much enjoyed our talk, but the ship to Killet leaves before the first cocks crow tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it. Well, it most recently gained a good-looking Naramese man. Maybe that'll make up for when I leave. Keep your chin up.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Wait a moment.
I really need that new herbal essence for my hair.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes?
Good morning. Hello. Good to hear. Where to? Good to hear. Where to? Hello. Walk blessed.
Shit! Get away from there! Now! By the prophet's ass, 1 second later and I would have been scraping your remains off the floor. What in blazes are you doing here anyway? Lashiri? Oh my. The fellow really isn't one for names, is he? I'm Lashari, but never mind that. At least it proves you're not lying. Anyhow, I hope you're not the backup I asked for. I was hoping for someone more, impressive. No offense. Is that so? Indeed. You have some uncontrolled magic inside you. And quite a lot of uncontrolled magic. Not bad. I've never felt anything like this before. Very well. If Constantine insists, I will perform the ritual on you. But it'll have to wait, since I'm up to my neck in this shit, as you've probably noticed. Short version or long version? Which do you prefer? Fine. I suppose you already know that that is me, my assistant, 2 Arcanists, and 4 Keepers, are here to do research on, well, on something, which is exactly what we've done these past weeks. But, as I went upstairs to get something a couple hours ago, I suddenly heard screaming and the clanging of metal coming from downstairs. As I looked for cover, I saw these 2 shapes in red robes vanishing into the lower parts of the ruin. I have no idea who they are or why they're here, but to me, they look like mercenaries. Anyway, fact is, my esteemed Indralean colleagues and my assistant are still down there, together with our research, and I want them back. And before you ask, yes, you can help me. You'll have to, actually, if you want me to tame your magic. I wouldn't have a chance fighting the mercenaries by myself, but the two of us might be able to do it, provided you can defend yourself, which I'm quite sure you can. What do you say? Are you ready? Fine, then follow me. And keep your weapons ready. I think I just heard footsteps down there.
Alright, let's see what kind of arcane fever. What is my but I do have a fever. Alright, well, we're right about to jump into battle, so we make this stuff. Let's do a cure disease potion. Let's go ahead and eat one of these ambrosias. I don't know if this is smart, but I feel like we're close to being cured. The only reason we need ambrosia is to lessen our arcane fever. Otherwise, I'm just making sure that I'm wearing good clothing for this. I got my leather. I got my old Vagrant gloves. I feel like I have better gloves just now. Okay. What about weapons? What are we looking at? So the Iron Sword of Flame, I know that I'm not a two-handed type. Or, oh, it's a single Iron Sword. Oh, we're definitely going to be using that. Staff of Flames. Can I charge it? Do I have anything to charge it with? Heavy Soul Gem. Oh my god, that is perfect, everybody. Okay. Staff of Flames and the Iron Sword of Flames are going to be my main things. Otherwise, we're going to use arrows to soften them up. Okay, awesome.
Shit, you were right. Get there.
Just try.
Like the bite of a flame. Lucky hit. No.
Stabbed like... a pig. Hang on. What's this? The prophet's ass. I don't believe it. They're orders. My assistant, Sev. It seems he's the reason these fuckers managed to take us by surprise. Save it for Sev when I shove this staff up his ass and fire a thunderbolt. Shit, can you smell that? That's fire. So, these guys really are trying to destroy our research. We have to do something. You're adept at magic, right? Take this spell and use it to put out the fires. If I'm right, the mercenaries are trying to destroy the stone fragments, and we have to stop them. You take the lower part of the ruin. Try to save as many stones as you can. I'll take the upper part, and when it's all done, we'll meet here again. Oh, and one more thing. If you should find my assistant Sev down there, try to take him alive and bring him to me. I want to take care of him myself, okay? Then let's get going.
My mouth must be grazed! Hey, over here! Help me!
What? That's all you've got?
What are you waiting for? Help me, damn it! Put out the fire!
Fucking burn. I swear.
Yeah, help me! For goodness! Damn, that was close. Those bastards just left me down here to die. Can you believe it? Despite everything I did. Oh, forgive me.
I'm here.
Die, you bastard!
You mean business, don't ya? Alright then. Wait, someone's there. I'm wrong place. Wait, someone's there.
That was my friend! I'll gut you for this! What? That's all you got?
Well, I'll be damned. That's what I call good timing. I take it you were successful? What about the fragments? Did you save them? All of them? Call me a pregnant Lyran. You really are good at what you do. You won't regret it, I swear. What about Sev? Did you find him? Fuck. That little shit. I was hoping I could make him tell us who's behind all this. Well, whatever. No use crying over spilt milk, I guess. What's your name, anyway? Amidst all this, we didn't have time for formalities. You're pleased? Well, that's good to hear. I actually had the feeling that I was a little rough on you. Sorry for that, really. Sometimes I just have a short fuse. Anyway, let's talk about the reason you're here. For starters, tell me how you managed to get the old ranter to trust you. That doesn't happen very often. I've got time. Uh-huh. So, you're saying that you learned all this, the magic, the swordplay, in such a short time? That's fascinating, to say the least. And these visions, if I understand correctly, you foresaw the death of the two apothecary? It does indeed. But hey, who am I to judge? Here you are, the mysterious stranger who appeared out of thin air and, without much fuss, took out an entire group of sellswords. And even better, now you tell me that these skills come from studying magic for only a couple of weeks, and that you can see the future. You certainly are full of shit. Not you, sorry. I mean, I just had a strange thought. But no, that would be crazy. Way too unlikely. Well, I'd like to speak freely, but I'm bound to my agreement with the Holy Order. However, I will tell Constantine and old Aranthiel about my theory. And you will probably have to be patient until the latter decides to put you in the picture. Sorry. But if my idea is correct, then we'll be in a position to really kick ass. Anyway, hold still for a moment. Ready? All right, let's do this. Don't worry, it'll just tickle a bit. Fuck! Are you all right? That wasn't on purpose. Really. Sorry, as I said, I didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what just happened. The ritual isn't exactly harmless, but normally you shouldn't feel more than a weak tickle at most, regardless of how it goes down. But, maybe this has something to do with the strangeness of your aura. I already said this, but it's so different. It's hard to explain. Somehow complex and cold, maybe. But hey, I'm probably just out of practice. It worked, and that's what matters. Your fever will now settle down to an endurable level, and maybe even vanish if you're careful. And now I suggest you return to Constantine. I will get the stones to safety in the meantime. You need anything else? If not, see you later. We're going to meet again. I can feel it. Well, put simply, they're supposed to protect us. But old Aranthiel will tell you more about it later. Take care.
There you are. Magister Karus has been looking for you.
Karus? Why's that?
I don't know, but I think it's about the tome he wanted you to
Yes.
check out as.
Oh, you're here? I thought you were in the city.
No, the Archmagister ordered me back.
You look.
Feels good to be here, to be honest.
Bloody believe it.
The funerals. I could have done it.
I don't doubt that. I still can't believe that really happened. Brother Yarrow, he was such a good man.
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well...
Probably not, no.
Yes.
Yes, I know. She's already told me everything. Good work, even though part of her report seemed to be a bit... enthusiastic. But I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest.
Unreliable. That's what they are.
In the Emporium, the last building on the left side of the temple. Just tell the guard that Aranthiel has asked for you, and they will let you in. Ah yes, before I forget. My dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies? Very well. Now get a move on. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
We all should be careful. Maybe it was Euro's grief, his instability, that made him susceptible to the...
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
But let the Flameling and the Apothecari find that out. I have to go now, brother. Walk blessed. Oh, hello. You're the companion of that mercenary, aren't you? Dalveric, or whatever his name is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but are times so bad that the Order needs to resort to hiring mercenaries? I just don't know.
As if they'd ever listen to me. Well met. Need something? Need something?
It is a suspicion, Teela. And to send an entire division across the sea
Who
because of
are
a
you?
suspicion is madness.
We need to find out who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet Stone, and if they succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Neremese friends had.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Teela, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Teela, back then in Kira, and we all know...
The mission will happen. I'm sorry.
You have a visitor.
So, you are the prodigy everyone is talking about. Interesting. I am Teela Aranthiel, son of Lorius I and Grandmaster of the Order, and I'm honored to meet you. What is your name? Yes, and I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, and to achieve this, you are indispensable. Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic. The wars, the living dead, common people who are losing their minds, to name only the most obvious. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I. I do, and I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, Until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Narazul Aranthial. He hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom, so he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well. It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why he spared me. There were circumstances favoring the development, but it's a long story which we won't discuss now. Good question. Because at the moment stability is the highest good, even more so considering what we are facing. The rulers of Kira and Kile both made the mistake to acknowledge the death of the gods to their people, and the civil wars that followed in their countries are evidence of the chaos that such a revelation entails. Enderal is the cradle of the Order of the Gods, the epitome of theocracy. It is unthinkable what would happen if we confirmed these rumors. I am sure you understand this. Maybe when all this is over that will change, but for now it is imperative that we deny all rumors of that kind. Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time, the dreams.
All right, everybody, I'm just going to jump in here for a moment. I love this idea. This game is so philosophical. Its ideas on religion and giving up religion, as well as the idea of cycles, that every great civilization comes to an end, and it's like an endless cycle of destruction. And I even like that idea here on Earth, that there were pre-civilizations that we just don't know about. Yeah, I like it. So all of this idea of, I mean, basically this entire world, Vin, I think is the name of their planet, it is facing an apocalypse, destruction. And as you know, here on the Johnny Guitar channel, I like to play games that are apocalypse-based. All right, let's continue.
I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me. Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not kill me. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first, I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth. The dreams, they come from the same place. They are a shared memory. A collective subconscious, yes. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans. 3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end. Yes, it does. At first we considered it absurd, as probably you do at this moment. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, the Pyrean Empire was split up by a disaster, just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The 2 castes of the Sun Priest. They, too, ruled until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing. That is the question we need to find an answer to. The end was not violent, at least not in a sense as we know it. There was no natural disaster, no magical explosion, no plague. Even though there was war in the Pyrean Empire before its ruin, when the cleansing happened, it was as if all living beings simply fell down and died. It is ghastly. They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak. Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well. Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophet. It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly. Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you probably have already noted yourself. I do not know. Firespark the Mage has told me your story. And even though your fate is tragic, unlike me, you were insignificant before your change. So maybe everyone can become an emissary, or we simply have not understood the pattern yet. On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this. On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future. Your visions are a window into the past, And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want your help. That is the wrong question. The correct question is, what alternative do we have? To wait and die? Good. However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial. It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about your arrival. I have only a slight acquaintance with them. However, I know that they are both very talented and have been working hard toward the test. But see them for yourself. At the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood, they will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. Ah, one more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself. I do not believe you can do any real harm, but in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic. After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter, if and how we tell our people about it. But not now, that is for sure. Now, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
Well met.
Do you see what I'm talking about, everybody? Do you see what I'm talking about? Cycles, prophets, emissaries, the end of all civilization, a revolving door of historic rise and fall of mankind. This is exciting stuff, everybody. This is exactly what I wanted.
My Sir de Luna. And I felt...
This is awesome, you guys. I'm really digging this game. Now, oh my god, the music is so good, you guys. I want to go find Jaspar. So we met Lashira, and we've met Jaspar. Lashira's kind of a hot...
This is holy ground,
like a mage with a temper.
You do not belong here.
What is this? Why would I want to go into there? Anyway, she's a mage with temper, and Jaspar is a mercenary, but I love how he's just burned out on religion. You know, he just doesn't want to deal with religion. He believes it's all a farce, and that everybody's just secretly out for themselves. He's very cynical, but he also speaks quite a bit of truth, in my mind. So, I believe how this game works, and I haven't really played much beyond this point, but you can build up both of these companions, Lashira and Jaspar, but in the end, you can only save one of them.
And there you have the problem.
You can only save one. It ends up being quite heartbreaking. The cycle ends, and the world is cleansed. You get to choose one person to take with you, Jaspar, Lashira. I mean, I'm probably going to choose Jaspar. He's just so cool. Anyways, how do I get out of here? What is the thing? Okay, so I'm in the Nobles Quarter. I think we need to get to the marketplace or the forum.
Work. Life isn't easy.
Keep an eye out for I think you can fast travel if you can find like a sign. Oh. Something incredibly peaceful about this game, is admit. I think I have all the time in the world. I can build up my skills, I can build up my alchemy abilities. Like, I don't need to just be doing combat right now. And I think that's one of the reasons I love this game, and I love games like Skyrim, or even Fallout to a lesser degree on that specific point. But in Skyrim, you can just fish all day and grow vegetables, and I love that. Okay. So does anyone remember
Anything's
magic? Everybody's talking
My
at
sir?
once, and I just can't do it. Okay, let's do the local map. What was the name? I think we need to go to the Forum's Quarter. I think the bar Jaspar was in was called the...
Just where did I put it?
The Dancing Swans? The Two Swans? Something? The Dancing Swallow? Pretty sure it was in the Foreign Quarter, though. So, oh, I think that's it right there. See if we can get in touch with Jaspar. The Dancing Nomad. Okay, well... Because I don't know if it's timed. He said he was leaving tomorrow on a ship.
Is it important?
Where are you, Jaspar?
Okay, okay, just leave me alone. Damn bullies.
Wait a moment. You're an outlander, aren't you?
Old weird man, leave me alone.
Me, Stu, roast pork. Anyone?
What's happening down here? What are you two doing?
An outlander? Isn't this nice?
What are you two up to? Okay, you know what? You're both consenting adults. Have all the fun in the world. Don't worry about me.
Wait a moment.
No, gosh, this old man. I'm sure he's a quest giver. I'm positive of that, but I just can't be bothered at the moment. I believe we might be able to... What does it cost to meditate, or how do I even meditate? There. Okay, let's go ahead and spend a level up. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this game. What did I want? So I've already got Fire Arrow, Eagle Eye, and Concentration. Nice. What was this one gonna be? Box. This is for light armor. Ooh. Tier 1. Chance of being detected while sneaking is reduced by 15 price. Oh my god, that's an amazing one. That was a skill point well spent. So even if we're not finding Jaspar, we definitely need to like spend some money and figure our shit out. We need to level up some of our skills because we're definitely going to be running into more combat situations. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was not doing great in combat. So we need to sell a couple items, and we also need to, yeah, we need to sell items. We need to buy skill books, and yeah.
Hungry?
But I think we're gonna do all of that in between episodes. In the next episode, I think we're gonna go meet the 2 mage novices and join the Holy Order, because apparently I need to join the Holy Order or they won't work with me. This is awesome, you guys. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you so much for watching the Johnny Guitar channel.
Bananas, the freshest fruit
See you next time we
right from
play
the farmer's
Skyrim
coast
and
and
Enderal.
Duneville.